Hello，大家好，我係Marguerite and welcome to my little Cantonese corner. 今日係2018年4月22號星期日 and today we're going to be talking about 中唔中意, which simply means do you like? And so I thought it would be kind of interesting to start off with talking about 中, the 中 part of the 中意, because there are, according to my dictionary, 14 different characters that share this pronunciation of 中. So it's something that you're going to hear a lot. And there's a lot of different words that it could mean instead of just the 中意. So I thought we would take a look at those first. We've got our first one, which is the 中意, which is to like, the verb to like. We've got 终點, which is a terminus or the end of something. So 终點. We have got our 中頭. 中頭. Tao is a lower tone and the zhong, of course, is high. So 中頭, it can mean hour. If you're asking like how many hours, you would say 幾多個鐘頭,幾多個鐘頭. Did you hear the 個 in the middle, our measure word? 幾多個鐘頭,幾多個鐘頭 is how many hours. We've got 中, another 中 could be 冲, Chong, like a Mr. Chong, Miss Chong, a Chinese family name. I think there's like two different characters that, well, probably more, I don't know, but that could be used. I've seen two for the surname Chong. So that's another way. Now on this side of the board, here I have, it's all actually the same character, but it's used so commonly that this one character, which means center, is used a lot. So the first one I've got up here is 中广, 中广, which if you've been studying Chinese or Cantonese at all, you know means China. Okay, zhong is center and guo is country. So the Middle Kingdom, the center of the universe, China. 中广. And 中广人 is Chinese, right? Yan is person, low tone yan. 中广人 is Chinese. We've got same character, 中sam, 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 both high tones, and that's center. Sam is the heart. So the middle of the heart, the heart of things, is the center. 中sam. And that's seen on a lot of shopping malls around Hong Kong, just like it would be in English, right? Some center. So 中sam. And then if you're in Hong Kong, there is an area in Hong Kong called Central. It's the main business district. So Central is 中環. 中環. The 環 is kind of like, it's not literally area, but it's like the place around the area. So 中環, like 環境. 環境 is environment, area, the 環境. So 中環is central. And then you also have the size, medium, right? The middle size, medium. So 中碼 or 中, just the 中, that is medium for size. So those are some of the, I guess you'd call them homonyms, right? Words that are spelled differently or have a different character but sound the same. Kind of like in English, we've got there, and there, right? So in Chinese, they don't have just 3, they have 14. Of course, some of them are not that common, but a lot of them are, and those are a few of them. But getting back to the 中意, which means to like, 中意, it's a verb that has 2 characters, right? So in the last lesson, we learned about the 係, to be, right? Am is our 係. And to ask a question, you put the in the middle of the 係. So 係唔係, right? 你係咪女仔? Are you a girl? That's easy, right? 係唔係? If you have a 2-character verb, then you just put the in front of the first character. So the 中唔中意 is not 中意唔中意. No, you just do 中唔中意. Okay? There's a few that you're going to come across that you'll hear used like that. And one of them I put on the board is the 返嚟. 返嚟 is come back, and you would just then say 返唔返嚟, right? 返唔返嚟. But there's a little bit of a difference I wanted to point out, because with the 中唔中意, you pretty much have to answer 中意. You wouldn't just say 我中. That would be really super weird. You would just say, you would have to say the 中意. Like, 你中唔中意食橙? Do you like to eat oranges? 我中意. You wouldn't say 我中. That would be weird. But for example, a construction like come back, 翻嚟 has two parts, and that's why I put it in brackets, because you could just literally say 我翻. You don't have to say the 嚟, 翻嚟, okay? So a little bit of a difference, and anyway, you'll come across that as you learn which ones you really need to use the two parts of the verb together when you're answering, or ones that you don't. Okay, so there's one more grammar thing I wanted to kind of point out in the sentences. So one of the first sentence I have is 你中唔中意飲咖啡? Do you like to drink coffee? 你中唔中意飲咖啡? Okay, 飲 is drink, 咖啡 coffee. Okay, now sometimes you don't want to be so blunt as to say 我唔中意, because the straight answer would be 我中意, I like, 我中意, or 我唔中意, I don't like, right? And maybe you don't want to be so blunt. Maybe somebody's offering you something and you don't really want to say I don't like it. You want to say I don't really like it, right? So the next sentence here, it shows you how to say that. You would say 我唔係好中意飲咖啡, right? 我唔係好中意飲咖啡. I don't really like it. So to say that, you say 唔係好中意. 唔係 is the same 唔係 from the last lesson. I don't really like to drink coffee. 我唔係好中意. Okay? So I'm going to now erase the board and put some more sentences up and maybe a good dialogue. One good thing I like about our book, Let's Talk Cantonese, it's got some pretty good dialogues in it. So I'm going to clear the board and do that, and I'll be right back. Bye! Hey there, so I'm back, and I've written a few sentences on the board. I say sentences because sadly my whiteboard isn't big enough to really handle a full dialogue, so I apologize for the mess, and I hope you can see it clearly. It's getting kind of dark too because 而家係5點鐘. So now it's 5 o'clock, so the sun's kind of going down and it's getting dark. I hope you can still see it. And I've written I kind of made up my own kind of dialogue until such time as I can either get a bigger whiteboard or else just figure out something to do. So, okay, our first one is 你鍾唔鍾意飲茶? 你鍾唔鍾意飲茶? Which is, do you like to drink tea? The reply could be 我鍾意,但係佢唔係好鍾意. Right? I like it, but he doesn't really like it, or she doesn't really like it. Remember, the 佢 can be either, it's just gender neutral, I guess is what you'd say. You don't know if it's a guy or a girl that you're talking about, unless, of course, you're speaking, and then you would know what you're talking about, I hope. So, 我鍾意,但係佢唔係好鍾意. Now, that's how to say he doesn't really like it. But what if you wanted to say, I really like it, right? You wouldn't say, 我係好鍾意. You don't need to do that. You would just say, 我好鍾意. 我好鍾意. Okay? But when you have the negative, stick in the 係, because there's a different kind of construction with that 唔好. So the 唔係好鍾意 is the negative, and the positive would just be 我好鍾意. Okay? So moving on, if they said, I like it, but he or she doesn't really like it, you might say, 咁其實佢鍾唔鍾意食中菜? So actually, does he or she like Chinese food? And the 中菜, squished in over here, the 中菜, the same 中 as 中心or 中國, right? 中菜is Chinese food. So it still uses that center 中 and then chai. So 鍾唔鍾意食中菜? Do they like Chinese food? Or in our case, 佢, so he or she like to eat Chinese food. 食, again, is eat. This one. 食, low tone. 咁 is so, 其實, actually. 咁其實佢鍾唔鍾意食中菜? 鍾意, 佢最鍾意食中菜. Okay, so here's how to say, I like it the best. Okay, and that's using the word jeui. This one. Jeui. 佢最鍾意食中菜. Yes, he likes Chinese food the best. And you could say yes as you would in English, or you just reply with the 鍾意, right? I like it. Yes. Okay, so then knowing that he or she likes Chinese food the best, they'd say 好, good, or okay, 好, and 我哋去飲茶. So 我哋去飲茶. But they said before they don't like to drink tea. So why? Well, 去飲茶, I think I explained this in the dim sum video, but 去飲茶 has a little bit different meaning. It literally means go to drink tea, but it means to go and have dim sum. So these two are easily confused. If somebody were to ask you, 你鍾唔鍾意飲茶? They could be asking you if you like dim sum. But if they're saying 我哋去飲茶, then you know for sure that you're going for dim sum because of the 去飲茶. Okay? 好，咁係咁多. That's all I have for you today. I apologize. I'm sorry I can't fit more stuff onto this whiteboard, but I'll try to figure that out. Either get a bigger one or find a different place, and I'll be able to do more instead of having to constantly erase and keep writing sentences. So I sure hope this was useful. If you do like it, please subscribe to my channel and like my videos, and I will see you again here on my little Cantonese corner. Bye!